I say that I am better now, better now. I only say that cause you're not around, not around.
I told you this was a bad idea.
Freddy?
Wait, what happened to the stairs?
Hey, covering her mouth if you're gonna kidnap her is not gonna make her less scared, okay?
Darla, it's me, it's Billy. I know I don't look like me. A wizard made me look like
Maybe
this.
don't start with the wizard, it's just gonna make her more confused.
Some old guy brought me to a temple and he made me say Shazam. Rosa!
Hello, it is your boy, the Tatermeister. And here is the Shazam review, the long-awaited Shazam review. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm not a huge fan of DC, but I do like it a lot. And my favorite character of all the DC characters, of all the heroes, of all of the Justice League, of everybody, has always been Shazam. So when they announced they were making a Shazam movie, I was like, hell yeah. And then I heard Zachary Levi was playing, I'm like, hell yeah. So what did I think about the movie? Well, it's flipping great, but it's not amazing as everybody's saying it is. Now look, I love this film. I think it's the best DCEU film and the second best DC film I've ever seen, other than The Dark Knight. And I guess counting Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises, but I kind of grouped them all in one as one Dark Knight. So yeah, this is the second best and the best DCEU film I've ever seen. I like it more than Wonder Woman. That's saying a lot because I really like Wonder Woman, but this was way more cool than Wonder Woman was. I mean, this was a great time. Now, I'm going to get into negatives later because I don't think this is a perfect DC film. Dark Knight is clearly better, and this is amazing, but not super amazing. And I'm going to get into why. But anyway, so let's get into the positives first because I have a lot of them. I always go with the positives first. So what are the positives? Well, obviously Zachary Levi. You already knew going in Zachary Levi was going to be awesome as Shazam, and he was. This is a non-spoiler review, by the way. There's no spoilers in this. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you haven't seen the movie yet. But I do recommend you go see it because it's awesome. And there's a great plot twist at the end that I wasn't expecting, and the plot twist was amazing. I was like, what? That was awesome. But anyway, so what are the other positives? Well, yeah, it's pretty funny. It has a lot of funny, but there was also some really dark moments too. Like the villain. A lot of people are complaining about the villain and saying the villain wasn't that good, but honestly, I really like Mark Strong as Dr. Sivian. Hold on a sec. Dr. Sivana. Yeah, sorry. I always keep forgetting his name, but he's a great villain. Like, bro, this is the best DCU villain I think I've seen. And not saying that, because I really like Jesse Eisenberg, Batman vs Superman. I like General Zod. I like, well, Suicide Squad was all villains, so. Enchantress? Okay, Justice League that was the worst one. Justice League's villain was Steppenwolf. He was retarded. What was the other ones? I didn't see Aquaman yet. I don't know about Ocean Master and the other guys, but point is, look, this was the best DCU villain, I think. He was so compelling, and they actually show his backstory, which was cool. A lot of the other DCU villains, they didn't show really their backstory, except for General Zod, I guess, but he was part of the Superman backstory, so whatever. But I mean, yeah, this was the first time you actually got to see, like, why he was like this, like, why he became a villain, and it was really compelling. I was impressed. I was like, wow. Mark Strong did an excellent job playing him. A lot of people didn't like the villain, whatever, okay. If you didn't like him, okay, well, Black Adam's going to be in the next movie, probably, so you'll get him. I mean, I guess at the end, they didn't really treat the villain as good as they did in the first two parts. The first two parts of the movie, the villain's great, but the third part, I guess they kind of just beat his ass, but whatever. You already know the villain's gonna... Come on. It's most of the time the villain loses. Come on. Everybody knows that. Anyway, there's not really a spoiler. You already know he's gonna lose, but... I mean, it's awesome, though. The fights are awesome. I guess, yeah, that's a negative. Sorry, I'm gonna get to that later, but more positive. So, the kids were awesome. The kid actors. Jack Dylan Grazer is from the It movie, and I was really excited he got casted as the sidekick to Shazam. And I kind of forget his name, though. Hold on. What's his name? Yeah, Freddy. That's his name, Freddy. So, Freddy is the really cool sidekick / partner to Shazam that helps him out with his powers and figure out what to do. And he's the brains of the operation. He's really good. And the other kids are great too. Yeah, all the foster kids are great. There's more than one, in case you're wondering. The other foster kids are just as cool as Freddy. But anyway, so, and what was another thing? I don't know, this movie has so many great things about it. I might go see it again, but I don't think it's better than Pet Sematary. I think Pet Sematary is a little more awesome, just because of how flicking crazy it was, but this was really good. and definitely my third favorite movie of the year. I don't really think, you know, the only superhero movies I see beating this year will be Endgame, obviously, and Hellboy, maybe? No, not really. Hellboy's not really, no. Spider-Man Far From Home, maybe? Or, I don't know. This is like the best, one of the best, this is the best DCU film. I mean, not the best DC film. I still think that goes to Dark Knight, without question. Dark Knight is a near masterpiece, but this was pretty awesome, and I don't know if I consider it a near masterpiece. It is a very excellent film, but it does have some negatives. So, what are the negatives? Well, the pacing was a little weird. Like, the intro scene is kind of weird because you don't even get to Shazam yet. Like, Shazam doesn't really become Shazam until, like the first, the 40, 50 so minutes in, which I'm kind of glad they built that up. It was cool. We got to see Billy Baxton, his story and all that, and how he was. But I don't know, I would have liked it if they got into that faster, because that was the main problem I had with Venom, is that they wait, so flipping long to get to Venom, and it's like, you're kind of like, when is he going to show up? And he does show up, and then the movie gets awesome, but before that, you're kind of like, what the frig? But this wasn't like that as much. I mean, this one was, the parts without Shazam were still really good, so it didn't matter, but it was better than the Venoms, I guess, because Venom was, kind of boring the first half. I don't know, honestly. And, so, yeah, there are a couple negatives. I mean, not that many negatives, because this movie is so great, but I don't think, they should have shown some more of Shazam's powers, because we didn't get all of Shazam's powers in this movie, and I kind of was disappointed by that. I was like, because I read the comics, and I've seen him in other movies and stuff, and Shazam has, he's flipping OP, and he's flipping dope, and he kicks ass, and he has way more abilities than just we saw in this movie. Which the movie did a great job of adapting his powers, but I don't know, I would have liked to see more of him going ham on the villain, and all that, but the stuff we did get was pretty lit. Honestly, no pun intended, because he has electric powers. So lit. Okay, that was stupid. Anyway, so, I mean, it's just a goofy, fun time. I mean, there's a lot of goofy humor in this movie, and it's just funny as hell. Like, this is definitely the funniest DC film I've ever watched. It's freaking hilarious. I mean, you're gonna be bawling at some points. I mean, there's so many funny-ass parts. That's saying a lot, because there's a lot of DC films. This is the first, lighthearted one. A lot of them are not, lighthearted at all. I mean, all the DCU films before this were, dark and gritty. I mean, I guess Suicide Squad was the exception, but that was a bad movie, so... Suicide Squad was the exception to that rule, but it was so stupid you didn't like it. But I kind of like it because it's stupid, but I kind of don't. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about Suicide Squad. I'm just like, I don't know, it's just it's flipping random. But I guess it's better than Justice League, but I don't know. Anyway, because at least it's entertaining, but Justice League's not. But yeah, I really loved this Shazam movie. This really brought DC back. I didn't see Aquaman yet, so I can't really get my opinion on that. But this was really awesome. I just loved every bit of this movie. It was, freaking great from beginning to end. I mean, the intro scene, I like the villain story, but I don't know. The intro scene kind of went on too long, honestly. I wanted to focus on the main character more, but whatever. The intro scene was kind of weird. I wasn't expecting the intro scene. I don't think anybody was. It was just weird. It was out of place, honestly. I don't know. There's barely any negatives I got for the movie, honestly. I mean, this isn't a flawless movie, and there's certainly better superhero movies, but this was awesome, because they adapted my favorite DC character expertly. It was great. Now, what is the rating I'm going to give Shazam? Well, you know what? I'll think about that. Screw it. I'll give it a 9.1. You know what? It's great. I was thinking about giving it an 8, but no, I can't. I just love this character so much, and the Zachary Levi was so great, and everything about it was great. Direction-wise, maybe it wasn't the best. I don't know. I guess there are a few negatives, but really, positives outweigh the negatives here. Everything about this movie was great, so. And hey, we'll probably get some sequels. We'll probably get more Shazam, because he's a lovable character, so. That was weird. Anyway. Thank you all for watching, and tomorrow I'm going to give you all how my rating system works, because I think it's about time I do a video about that. So, thank you all for watching my awesome Shazam review, and Shazam!